Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chico Weekly series. So the series where we go over everything that happened this week in the world of MMA and the UFC. And it's now episode 8. Yeah, episode 8. And this episode is supposed to come out a few hours ago. My apologies. Still kind of late on this. Things happen and we move. Also, I don't know if you could tell, but I am kind of sick. I don't know if you can hear my voice. I try to, clear up my voice as much as I could before recording, but we move, and the content's gonna keep coming. Last week I wasn't very consistent with that content. I didn't post a lot of just videos talking about topics that happened. I didn't post a lot about the fights that got announced, where I should have. I really only posted predictions, reviews, and immediate reactions to fights. So I'm gonna be working on that, trying to upload better content for this week. I don't want to jinx it though, but yeah, let's just hope to actually follow up on that this week. For Chico Weekly, a lot of good fights got announced, a lot of good fighters that I can't wait to see fight. They're always exciting. And yeah, we're gonna start off the week on Sunday, where Carl Deaton III was added to the UFC roster. He fought that same Saturday, on that week, 6 days later, where he did lose by second round submission, but he did get me my perfect pick. So thank you, Carl Deaton III. Also, Ion Kutsulaba, formerly ranked at light heavyweight, will fight Tanner Boser at UFC Kansas City on April 15th. Also, Carlos Candelario will fight Rafael Esteban at a UFC event on April 22nd. We've known this April 22nd card was going to happen for a few months now. We still don't know where it is. We know nothing about where it is. And yeah, don't really know what else to say about that. But it is looking to be a very good card so far. So not complaining. But we're going to move on to Monday, where the only news that came out was the ankle surgery of Nasruddin Imavov. He said, "Hi guys, surgery on my ankle went great, and now I'll need to go easy on it for the next few months. Rest will be the key, but don't worry, I won't let myself go, and I'll use these coming months wisely to get better in every other aspect I can. Speedy recovery to him. We'll see him in a few months, fighting again, and he is a top 15 middleweight, so let's hope he comes back soon, especially, he's coming off of a loss, so I'm trying to see him come back." And that was it for Monday. On Tuesday, a lot of roster updates happened on Tuesday. Also the rankings. We'll do the rankings first. No changes at pound for pound, flyweight, bantamweight, or featherweight rankings. No changes at lightweight, welterweight, or middleweight, or light heavyweight. No changes at heavyweight. All the changes happened in the women's divisions, so we're going to take a look at it. Women's pound for pound. Erin Blanchfield shot up to the midpoint at number 8 out of 15, so that is the midpoint. Not above Jessica Andrade quite yet, because, she just doesn't have the same wins as Andrade, even though she beat Andrade. That's just kind of how pound for pound works. I don't know, it's kind of confusing, but that's just how it is. I think number 8 is a good spot to be at. I think it's definitely fitting to be above Amanda Lemos and above Tyler Santos. I don't really know about that one, but, it is what it is. And Amanda Lemos moved up 1 to number 9. Tyler Santos moved down 2 to number 10, moved below Lemos. Marina Rodriguez moved down 2 to number 11. Manon Fiorot, Holly Holm, and Raquel Pennington each moved down 1 to 12th, 13th, and 14th. And I think Katlyn Chookagian was knocked out of the top 15 pound for pound. So, kind of sad there. But, we move. Also at flyweight, women's flyweight, Manon Fiorot moved down to number 2 ranked. So now Tyler Santos is in there at number 1, as she should have been. I think that was my opinion. I think it should have been number 1, Tyler Santos, number 2, Manon Fiorot, and Katlyn Chookagian way lower down. I mean, that was just me personally. And it looks like that's exactly what happened. I said Erin Blanchfield will be top 3. And now she's top 3. She's number 3 right now at women's flyweight. And she is now a big contender there. I mean, Erin Blanchfield really made a name for himself ever since the Molly McCann win. So that's pretty cool there. Also, Jessica Andrade, Katlyn Chookagian, Alexa Grasso, Lauren Murphy, Viviana Haujo, Jennifer Maya, and Andrea Lee each moved down 1 to 4th through 10th. Everybody else stayed the same except Miranda Maverick entered the rankings, but she's tied at 15th with Amanda Hebus. Also, there are 16 people in the top 15 of flyweight. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then you have 16. So I don't know what's going on there. They're probably going to have to take one of them out. I think this is probably a glitch. And, I mean, tomorrow's Tuesday, so we're going to see if they change anything up there. But it's kind of weird, you know. We don't usually see this. If they tie, usually if the UFC ties people at a certain ranking, they keep it at 15. So it could be like first, second, third, and then there's a tie at four. So there's two fourth places. So it would go first, second, third, fourth, and then it would skip to sixth. You know, there's no fifth place if there's like a tie. If you guys remember a few months back at middleweight when there was a three-way tie at fourth and it just skipped to seventh, like they don't ever go over 15. So I don't know why they did this. Kind of weird, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not really complaining about that. Mayra Bueno Silva moved up 2. Josiane Nunes moved up 1. And since Lena Landsberg retired, she got taken off of the roster, off the rankings. And now Chelsea Chandler enters at number 15. And no updates at women's featherweight as always. We're going to move on to the roster updates. Narulo, Aliv, Jose Johnson, Victor Martinez, Trevor Peek, Haley Cowan, and Tatiana Suarez were all added to the roster on Tuesday. This was for their respective fights on Saturday of that week. Haley Cowan and Jose Johnson ended up not competing because their fights got canceled due to I think it was one of them was sickness. The other one I don't remember what happened there. I think they were both sickness. I think one of them was sickness. The other one I just don't know what happened. Also a few removals. William Knight. This one got some popularity. 1 million views. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, William Knight. We all saw this one coming. Kind of sad. Another one I kind of saw coming. Jordan Wright. I didn't want it to get removed. Look, I liked Jordan Wright, but the losing streak and the losses, he was 2-5, so I guess it had to happen. Also, Lena Landsberg's retirement, so she was removed from the roster as well. That's it for the roster updates for this week. They all pretty much happened on Tuesday, and if we look at, there's still more that happened on Tuesday. A lot of fights got announced. Let's pull that up. Oh yeah, rescheduled the middleweight fight between Cody Brundage and Rodolfo Vieira, which was supposed to happen last year, rescheduled for April 29th. Location is still unknown for this card. I don't know what's going on there. This one, we all knew this was coming, but when Marcel announces it, it's different. Charles Oliveira will fight Beneil Dariush, UFC 288, May 6th. That's a big one. That is a big one. It's likely going to be the featured bout. They're probably going to be on the UFC countdown, you know, along with Sterling and Cejudo, maybe someone else, you know, depending on who else is on that card. It's either going to be the co-main or the featured bout. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Josh Kinlan will fight Angie Lusa at a UFC event April 29th. Also, Marina Rodriguez will fight Virna Jandiroba at a UFC 288 May 6th. Also, Carolina, I don't know how to say her last name. I forget, and I just really don't want to butcher it. I feel like I'll embarrass myself. We'll fight Vanessa Demopoulos at a UFC event May 13th. I think that's probably the second or maybe the first fight announced for May 13th. Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill will fight at a UFC event May 13th. This is a pretty good fight there. I'm excited for that one. Oh, yeah, this fight was scheduled for May 20th, which is actually the first fight for May 20th. So there you go. Is that it for Tuesday? Let me check. Yeah, that's it for Tuesday. On Wednesday, a few fights got announced. Let me go up there. Jake Matthews will fight Gabe Green at a UFC event May 13th. Also, Edmund Shabazian. This is the guy I wanted to see, man. This is a fun one. Edmund Shabazian will fight Anthony Hernandez at a UFC event May 20th. Second fight announced for that date. This was a big one. This is a big one because there wasn't much talk about this fight until Marcelo announced it. Or no, Marcelo announced it like shortly after there was talk about it. So, yeah, I mean, this is the fight I kind of wanted to see, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. I think whoever comes out on top probably deserves the title shot. I mean, maybe, you know, there's Stipe, there's certain aspects, there's depending on who wins and everything. It's all just a matter of what happens. We're going to have to wait until this Saturday. But Sergey Pavlovich, number 3, will fight Curtis Blades. And number 4, UFC event April 22nd. This is the main event for that card, as it should have been. That's good. That's a fun one. Also, Ji Young Kim versus Mandy Bohm was rescheduled for May 13th. Location is still unknown for that card. I mean, for that fight. Or, yeah, for that card as well. Yeah, I remember making picks for this fight, and then it just disappeared from the card entirely. I don't know what happened there, but rescheduled. And on Thursday, a few more things happened. On Thursday, oh yeah, we got some bout orders. This card already happened, but if you want to pause, you can go ahead. This is the bout order per the UFC for UFC 287. If you want to pause, go ahead. We go move on to Thursday. Abdul Razak Al Hassan will fight Bruno Ferreira, UFC event May 20th. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's a good one. All right. With Azaitar out, Cedriquez Dumas will now fight Josh Fremd at UFC Las Vegas, March 11th. That's happening in 2 weeks, next Saturday. So, yeah, that's short notice replacement. Also, Cody Stamann will fight Douglas Silva de Andrade, UFC event, May 13th. There's more. There's one more. Oh, yeah, this is the best one. Oh, my. This one. You guys know Brian Barberena is my profile picture. How could I not root for this guy? With Daniel Rodriguez out, Brian Barberena steps in on short notice. He will fight UFC London, UFC 286. That's a good one. I'm excited for that one. It's short notice, but I still got faith in my guy. Hoping for the best there. He's coming off of a loss right now, so trying to get him back into the win column there. Friday, it did come out. Also on Thursday, Johnson versus Armfield was canceled. That was supposed to happen on the February 25th card. Yeah. Also, this is Friday. This is the only thing that happened on Friday. Cowan versus Eileen Perez was canceled. Illness from Cowan. So I was right there with the illness. But, yeah, kind of sad that happened there. But made the card shorter, which I guess is a good thing. And for some people, we're going to move on to Saturday. UFC Vegas 70 main event. I'm going to just go to that. Hold up. Did not have that pulled up. That's my bad. Yeah, Muniz versus Arnold Allen. Yes, because what happened pretty much was close that. Yeah. What happened pretty much was Nikita Krylov pulled out of the fight just 2 hours, 3 hours before it was meant to happen. It was when the main card started. Like, you know what happened with Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak the first time back in November? But that was during the prelims. This fight was canceled during the main card, so it just, oh my. But yeah, that one was kind of sad. That one sucked because I was looking forward to this fight for such a long time. But it was rescheduled for next Saturday, and that card is stacked. So maybe it's for the better. We'll see. But Muniz versus, I almost said Arnold Allen. Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen got the third round submission win. My bad. And yeah, he just looked much better in that fight, honestly. Whether it was on the feet or on the ground, he was much better on the ground. I mean, he impressed me with his ground game there. He impressed me with his last fight, but this fight was definitely took the cake. And he's gonna be ranked top 15 tomorrow. Tomorrow he's gonna be ranked top 15, and Darren Till's gonna be knocked off the rankings. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, Muniz likely gonna fall to 12th. Brendan Allen's gonna take a spot at 11th because Dricus Du Plessis is at 10th right now. So Brendan Allen just can't be at the top 10 just yet, but in his next fight, he'll likely be fighting for a top 10 spot. Maybe he'll fight down, but it's got to be someone in the rankings regardless. And yeah, it was still an exciting enough fight. Like I was excited for this fight. My main card predictions were on point, bro. My verdict picks were top notch, bro. I was in the top 10%, but this fight ruined my whole thing, and then I got moved down to the top 25%. But it's all good. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this in the review tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the week. Chico Weekly episode 8, the week of February 19th, Sunday, all the way through Saturday, February 25th, with the main event being Muniz versus Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen will be ranked top 15 come tomorrow. And yeah, not much else to say. That's what happened during last week, actually. Yeah, that's what happened during last week.